You know, it's Brickyard 400 week at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which means drivers are going to take over the track on Saturday and Sunday. So IMS President Doug Bowles is with us this morning. Let's talk about it. We've got another big race every year. It happens in July, not anymore after this year, but let's talk about what you guys have coming up over the next few days.
Well, it is that tradition we expect in the summer, right? You hear the NASCAR cars at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in July, and you're right, next year we move to September, so it's the last time to see that. But what's new for this year, really, the Cup cars are only, the Monster Energy Cup cars are only on Saturday and Sunday. So Friday is our Hall Parade on Main Street, which should be a lot of fun. Starts at 4:30 on Friday. 7 or 8 of the drivers are actually going to be there. Ryan Reed, who drives for Eli Lilly, is doing an event downtown. We've got all kinds of things going on this week, trying to get drivers engaged with this community again, which will be fun. And then the music,
400
Fest Friday and Saturday night, Major Lazer on Friday night, the Chainsmokers on Saturday night. We're trying to take a little page from the 500 and the Snake Pit and the excitement that brings to people who aren't necessarily race fans. So hopefully that'll begin to work. And I think that's going to work even better next year in September.
I want to ask you about that specifically because when you guys, what was it, 5 or 6 years ago when you started introducing EDM artists into the 500, it might have been a surprise initially, but what was the goal in doing that and why then make it translate to the 400?
Well, so the goal in doing that is to connect with young adults under the age of 30 who aren't necessarily race fans, and a lot of the folks that come to the Snake Pit have never been to the Speedway before except for the music. Our challenge then is how do you convert them to race fans? So it made the event feel better. It introduced the Speedway to new fans, and we're trying to do the same thing with the Brickyard. It's not quite the EDM fest that you would expect from Snake Pit. At some level, it's more mainstream folks with the Chainsmokers and Major Lazer and DNCE and one of the Jonas Brothers actually is part of that, and it should be a lot of fun.
Okay, so let's talk about the weather, because that was one thing that Doug was saying even in the commercial break before we started here, is that, gosh, it's going to be so hot. How does the Speedway deal with the hot weather?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to take a tie off, right? So I still walk around and sweat in this tie and in the suit and tie. But you know, we'll have misting stations out there. We'll have the cooling buses and those kind of things. And we really just encourage people really to hydrate. Make sure you're drinking an awful lot of water when you're there. On Saturday, you can sit in the shade. It's basically an open seating with the exception of our top deck of the front stretch. So you can sit in the shade when you're at the racetrack. And then just really, it's just all about hydrating. And again, that's the one thing I'm looking forward to about September. Just get out of this weird weather where it's always so hot, and then the chance of rain that often accompanies a summertime event. And just to be clear, they cannot run in the rain, correct? On the oval. They cannot run in the rain on the oval. And you know, Sunday's supposed to be a little bit cooler, but then there's more chances of rain. So you know, Randy's got to work extra hard to make sure that we have some good weather this weekend and that Sunday's just cool, right?
Yeah, right. We got to get that man a bonus for all of those good forecasts he's putting together. He's saying, okay, so really quickly on Sunday, what time do gates open? Are tickets still available? All of that stuff.
Absolutely. Tickets are still available, and you can get them online at IMS.com, or you can certainly just show up. If you decide Sunday morning, hey, I want to go to the Brickyard 400 and hear Brantley Gilbert sing on the front stretch, you can come on out and pick up tickets there. You know, gates open different times each day, so check out the website. But gates on race day are 10 o'clock on Sunday, and then gates for the concert, if you're just coming for the concert, those gates are 5 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, and then it's just different on each of the days because we start practice at different times.
So just go to the website for Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Doug Bowles, thanks so much. Always a pleasure.
Well, happy to be here. I love race time at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and I'll deal with the heat because we're going to be racing cars. So and I think a lot of our fans are the same way.
For sure.
We're going to get out there and have a good time.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Doug, thank you. Drew.